Richard up to the front desk here, please, Richard. And I'll just read out a reminder, which we do during all community comment sessions, that participants are reminded that the approved speaker is allowed a maximum of 5 minutes to address the council in line with the material provided to myself and the CEO prior to the meeting. Speakers must act and speak with decorum, and also remind that parliamentary privilege is not extended to comments made during our council meeting. If the address is considered irrelevant, offensive, contrary to the community comment session policy, or unduly long, the speaker will be required to cease. Speakers must note that no debate will be entered into at the conclusion of the presentation. However, the CEO may clarify any statements or views expressed by the speaker. Thank you, Richard. Over to you.
Morning.
Morning.
Thanks very much for having me. Good morning, Mayor and councillors. Thank you. Hello. Good morning, Mayor and councillors. Thank you for this opportunity to address you on what is an alarmingly important issue across Moreton Bay. My name is Richard Ogden, and I represent the 420 members of Bribie Island Environmental Protection Association, or BIEPA. We congratulate Council on its efforts to establish greater protections for nature on our shorelines. In particular, we endorse the changes to which you've unanimously agreed for dog off-leash areas at Beechmere. Your own Moreton Says surveys consistently identify the very high priority given by the community to habitat and environment. It's obvious you're listening. We welcome the specific changes to the Beechmere foreshore recreation area in line with state government guidelines, which, when enforced, will greatly support the freedom and safety of our shorebirds. In Moreton Bay, the population of migratory birds reduced alarmingly by 4,000 just between 2008 and 2021. The most iconic of these, the eastern curlew, has declined by 80% in the last 30 years. We now know the shore areas in Beechmere have supported and would support significant populations of migratory shorebirds, underlining its vital role as a component of the Moreton Bay Ramsar site. So I'm here to reinforce the historic, essential and critical importance of a wider and permanent commitment from Council to protecting our foreshores, fostering a return of the many thousands of shorebirds no longer in our region. Much of this decline results from human disturbance, habitat clearing, recreation, especially from off-leash dogs, and development. 1 in 6 bird species in Australia are today facing extinction. 22 of these are found in the federal seat of Longman. So this is utterly pertinent to the Moreton community, and it is our responsibility. We recognise that this necessary adjustment to do our bit for the future requires understanding from the whole community. We would be prepared to participate in identifying additional inland off-leash amenities to accommodate the very understandable needs of domestic dogs and their owners, along similar lines to the efforts of Sunshine Coast Council. Dogs are not aquatic animals. They do not need to be on the beach. We call them shorebirds for a reason. They can only survive on the sandy and muddy shoreline where they feed and rest. As Professor Richard Fuller's research demonstrates, the leading cause of shorebirds leaving these vital sites is disturbance from off-leash dogs. As is clear from supporting photographs that were supplied and a torrent of public anecdotal evidence, infringements of dog regulations continue by uncaring dog owners. Of course, many people try to do the right thing, but a zero tolerance approach is the only way to enforce the key message here about our communal duty to nature. The need to future-proof our region against the terminal decline and inevitable demise of our threatened species is very urgent indeed. Clearly, the Moreton community supports the prioritisation of nature, and we must collectively be the voice for these birds, none of whom can sign a petition. If we, and by we, I mean you as councillors, organisations like BIEPA and our whole community fail to recognise this historic moment in terms of valuing and protecting our threatened natural world, we will be found utterly culpable by future generations. Moreton Bay, home of shorebirds, is an internationally protected Ramsar-listed wetland region. Councillors, you have the opportunity to stand up for nature. Stick to your unanimously agreed position to endorse the revised dog off-leash area for Beechmere and set us on course to establish world-class environmental protections throughout Moreton Bay. Thank you.
Richard. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.